All right, while we keep our focus on Chandrayaan-3, let's also get you live visuals from Paris. Coming in, the Prime Minister is there, remember, on a two-day visit. Today, of course, is going to be extremely important as the Prime Minister is going to be the guest of honor at the Bastille Day celebrations that are taking place. And for the very first time, we're also going to see the Indian contingent. There's going to be a part of it.
Those are the live visuals coming in as the Prime Minister will be witnessed, and preparations have been on in full swing, remember, but the Prime Minister is going to be joining French President Emmanuel Macron. Those are the visuals coming in of his arrival. We'll shortly be able to see the Prime Minister as well. But we're talking about the French National Day in Paris and the Prime Minister's presence there as the guest of honor today. Now, what's also very interesting, at least to everyone in India, is the presence of the Indian Tri-Services contingent as well, and they're going to be taking part in the Bastille Day parade. The Indian Air Force aircraft will also perform a fly-past on the occasion. So there certainly is a lot of excitement as far as the Bastille Day parade in France is concerned, with the Prime Minister himself being the guest of honor. And not to forget the kind of defense deals that are going to be on the table all throughout, and his personal bilateral with President Macron as well. Those are the live visuals coming in. Very interesting day in totality, Pratibha, for the Prime Minister.
Absolutely, and a new era for the Indo-France relations as well. We're also celebrating 25 years of diplomatic ties with France, of course. Today is extremely important and also significant as the Prime Minister also makes it a point to always put in his personal equation. So there you have it on your screens, visuals of President Emmanuel Macron. Prime Minister Modi is expected to arrive in just a short while from now. These are the live visuals, first on Times Now, and this is going to be a historic day as the Prime Minister on your screens there is going to be the guest of honor at the National Day of France. And this visit, mind you, comes just weeks after the Prime Minister's successful visit to the United States. And this visit to France is also crucial because the Prime Minister is holding wide-ranging talks with the French President. He is, of course, as we're playing out the visuals, attending the French National Day celebrations, and this is also going to mark a new start and taking forward of the defense ties with France.
So the live visuals coming in and the Prime Minister interacting with some of the top dignitaries, as you can see. Visuals coming in live from Paris. Now, what's also important to highlight here is the fact that France has conferred the Grand Cross of the Legion of Honor on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That, of course, is being spoken of. The Prime Minister also taking to Twitter to thank President Emmanuel Macron for the honor, and there you can see him shaking hands with some of the dignitaries. And we're also playing out the itinerary in detail of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's day two in France. Remember, yesterday was the first day, and he did in fact have a very interesting exchange with the Indian diaspora, and that's how he ended the first day of his visit to France. And apart from that, his one-on-one meeting with the Prime Minister of France and, of course, his interaction with the President also did make headlines all through the first day. But yes, that's the Prime Minister who has arrived at the venue. It's been a red carpet welcome for Prime Minister as far as his two-day visit is concerned. But like we're discussing, it's a packed two-day visit. The Prime Minister will be holding several high-level engagements, all of them lined up, which could also conclude in the announcement of big-ticket defense agreements, including the purchase of 26 Rafale jets for the Indian Navy. But these are visuals, of course, that we're tracking, Pratibha, from Paris, the Prime Minister as the guest of honor at the Bastille Day celebrations.
And absolutely beautiful visuals that we're seeing on the screens. There you have it, the President talking about why Bastille Day is so important. It's also seen as a symbol of the end of monarchy. Kings and queens continued in France till long after that, though this day is known as a national day, is so significant for France, which is why the Prime Minister, as a special friend of France, being there is so important. Bastille Day can be said to have set in motion the decade-long French Revolution, which is extremely important in France. This, of course, altered French political and social life and also influenced the foundational ideas of democracy across the world. And there you have it. The march has begun as we continue getting you these live visuals. The parade has officially now begun.
Why this is also important is because, like we said, the Indian Tri-Services, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force contingent are also taking part in the Bastille Day celebration. So that in itself is unprecedented. And we've seen the kind of practice sessions that have been ongoing since the last few days. Rishabh is joining us with more details. The troops have been preparing in full swing, Rishabh. The last couple of days, we've been tracking each and every exclusive visual that's been coming to light. The Prime Minister, as we speak, holding certain conversations ahead of the march. What more can you tell us about what we're witnessing on our screens?
Well, definitely, if you see, this is very significant day where the three contingents of Army, Air Force and Navy would be parading for the Bastille Day. There is a Rajputana Rifle band also that will be leading these contingents. We spoke exclusively to all the leaders of these marching contingents, and the spirit, the Josh for that matter, is quite high among the troops as well. There are around 200 Indian troops who will be marching on the Bastille parade. There will be 3 Rafale jets as well, led by Group Captain Abhishek Tripathi, and Indian Air Force contingent that will be marching in 8x8 formation, led by squadron leader Sindhu Reddy. The Army contingent is from the Punjab regiment, led by Captain Aman Jagtap, while the Navy contingent is led by Commander Vrat Baghel. So the way India is looking at it, the way Indian France is looking at it for that matter, is quite important. The people-to-people connect, and the way France and India want to go ahead of just being strategic partner, and the people-to-people connect that both the countries are looking forward to, is something that will be on display. The Sare Jahan Se Acha tune on Bastille Day is something that will definitely be mesmerizing. All eyes on that tune when Indian contingent march past from the
yes, and we continue getting these live visuals from Paris.